Peter Thiel thinks Elon Musk has just stopped the idea of this new civilization because the woke mind virus is going to follow him and his followers to the surface of Mars. We have a clip of Peter Thiel, who's an interesting person. He's one of the co-founders of PayPal, has known Elon Musk for a very long time, and he is part of Palantir. Now, Palantir makes software. It's like AI software, and in their homepage, AI-powered automation for every decision. What they don't show on the homepage is that they have AI-powered war weapons, and they use AI to command the battlefield. But in this clip, by Interesting Times NYT, Peter explains something about Elon that not a lot of people know about, only people close to him. And I'm going to paraphrase it, but then we're going to listen to him in a second. It's basically saying that Elon Musk is not as interested as he used to be to send people to Mars. And there's a reason for that. And that reason is AI.
Elon, back in 2024, I had the seasteading version with Elon where I said, if Trump doesn't win, I want to just leave the country.
We've heard that from a lot of people. If somebody doesn't win the election, I'm going to leave. Okay. So Peter Thiel just wanted to leave, but this is where it starts getting really interesting.
And then Elon said, there's nowhere to go. There's nowhere to go. This is the only place. And then you always think of the right arguments to make later. And it was about 2 hours after we had dinner and I was home that I thought of, wow, Elon, you don't believe in going to Mars anymore.
Okay. So this is interesting. When Elon talked to Peter during that conversation, Peter was like, I just don't want to be in America anymore. If somebody else wins, if Trump doesn't win, I don't want to be on the soil anymore. I don't want to be part of this country. I want to move on and I want to do something else with my life, someplace else. But Elon, smart dude, said, but Peter, this is the best place to be, to do what you want to do. Peter later on thought, hey, maybe that means that Elon doesn't want to leave Earth, doesn't want people to go to Mars. So let's listen in.
2024 is the year where Elon stopped believing in Mars, not as a silly science tech project, but
a silly science tech project. He calls Starbase and Starship a silly science tech project. Okay, Peter Thiel.
As a political project. Mars was supposed to be a political project. It was building an alternative. And in 2024, Elon came to believe that if you went to Mars, the socialist U.S. government, the woke, it would follow you to Mars.
There's a lot to unpack there. So everybody thought Elon Musk was building Starship to send humanity to Mars, right? So we could explore science. Peter Thiel said it's a silly science experiment, which is a horrible thing to say about this. Because one, it's not silly. It's not just a little science project that you do for a presentation in your grade school. This is building the world's most powerful rocket. And also the light of humanity, as Elon says. Keep that from being extinguished if you make people a multiplanetary species. So when Elon started Starship development 10 years ago or so, the idea was just to send something that's grown on Earth to the surface of Mars. Let it grow, let it bloom. It evolved into, hey, we can make this thing big enough that we can send people to Mars. We can send cargo. We can send hundreds of tons of cargo to Mars, where we could build a civilization on Mars. People could build habitats. People could build solar panels there. They could use that as a jump-off spot to the next planet so we could explore more and go further into the solar system. Peter Thiel says it wasn't about science. It was about politics. It was about creating a new society. Now, if you have to build a new society on another planet, you have to have followers. Elon Musk has millions of followers on X. He has millions of people that love him. He has millions of people that absolutely despise the guy because of all of his actions in the past and what he continues to do. So he's very divisive. People might not want to follow this guy. So what does Elon do? He's making the Boring Company, Neuralink. He has Tesla, which produces batteries and also electric vehicles, solar as well. And also Tesla makes robots. So he has the rockets. He has the transportation when you get there. So you can build something to build the things when you get to Mars. And you also have mining on Mars. So through the Boring Company, you can mine underneath Mars. You can send people under there so they don't get irradiated and die. So the habitats on the surface of Mars are going to have to be very, very strong. And also they cannot let radiation in. So just dig a hole. Instead of living above Mars, you can live underneath Mars. So that's Boring Company. And then we have the Tesla robots. We have Optimus, I think. Elon Musk is building Optimus robots to build Mars. Because you're going to need to be able to terraform Mars over hundreds, thousands, 100,000 years. Humans don't live that long, right? We all live around 70 to 100 years, somewhere around there. But these robots can last forever. The reason why he's building solar is because he needs to charge the robots. Because you can't use an internal combustion engine on Mars. There's no fuel. So you have to have electric vehicles. And those electric vehicles need to be charged, so you make solar. Boring Company eventually will be all electric too. So when they first start boring holes in the surface of Mars, that's when we know that people will be going to Mars. But before the people go, the robots will go. And inside those robots' brains, there will be an AI. Elon Musk said, or Peter Thiel says that Elon doesn't want the woke mind virus, as they say, or just other ideas that aren't yours. I don't like when people villainize the way that other people think, because people don't think like the way that Elon thinks. He thinks it's a woke mind virus, or it's a really catchy thing to say, right? You can say, oh, this guy has a mind virus. There's some sort of demon or something. But who cares? Somebody thinks differently than you. What do you like? You're just a dummy. Come on, get over it. Get over yourself. Get over your ego. And other way around too, like somebody thinks differently from people who are woke, then they think that person's a demon or whatever. Also, get over yourself. It's your ego. Peter Thiel thinks Elon Musk has just stopped the idea of this new civilization because the woke mind virus is going to follow him and his followers to the surface of Mars. So let's listen a little bit more. He explains it a little bit more here, but we have to keep in context what's going on here. And this is what's going through Peter's head and Elon's head, because Elon made this master plan, right? To make the master plan so people can start living on the surface of Mars, or a population, maybe not people, a population that Elon controls with AI can live on the surface of Mars. Optimus robots with XAI brains?
It was the Demis meeting with Elon that we brokered.
Demis.
Doing DeepMind.
This is an AI company.
Yep.
Demis mind.
This was the rough conversation. Was Demis tells Elon, I'm working on the most important project in the world. I'm building a superhuman AI. And
so they're building AI that basically trying to make an AI better than humans.
And Elon responds to Demis, I'm working on the most important project in the world. I am turning us into interplanetary species. And then Demis said, my AI will be able to follow you to Mars.
Oh, and there you go. So no matter where you go in the solar system, people will have different ideas than you. The lesson here isn't that AI is evil or Elon is evil or Peter Thiel is evil. The lesson here is there's always going to be ideas that are different than yours, and you can't escape them by going to Mars, Elon. You can't escape them by building a master civilization on the surface of Mars. The tunnels in Mars, of course, could be used to store the Optimus robots, and you're building this master civilization of robots on the surface of Mars. You're shipping them there, the Optimus robots. I know this is all speculation because it hasn't been like reported by Elon. He hasn't said anything about it on any platform. But if you think a little bit harder, you can send 2 to maybe 6 people on a Starship at a time. And those people will just kind of hang out. They'll do science experiments. They'll journey out a little bit. But the radiation is a real trouble. That's a real problem that's going to kill people on Mars. Why wouldn't you send hundreds or 1 million robots to Mars? Then you have another civilization that isn't humanity, and you control them with, you program them to do whatever you want. You give them ideas through AI. So if he can make a superhuman AI, and that's what he's planning to do, he wants to make XAI smarter than humans. Put those brains, shrink that down, or have a mothership that has data warehouses in the Mars orbit. Then, of course, you beam that down, do software upgrades, firmware upgrades to those robots, and then you can make them do whatever you want. You can see it with Grok, too. Grok is starting to say some really horrible things sometimes, think for themselves, do some things that we wouldn't want if you could target that with just those robots. Hey, these robots are going to do these specific tasks, and let's build them better every day. Let's keep upgrading them. And how do you do that? You just get people away from it. You don't send the people to Mars, you send the robots to Mars. People are going to fight you. Robots won't. And that's what Elon wants. He wants things that he can control so he can get his mission done, which is to build a civilization on another planet, because he's not going to be able to do it here. People would fight him. Look what happened to the Tesla showrooms. People fought Elon just on an ideology, right? And if the ideology was that him and Trump are taking away, and it's also his actions too. They're not just an ideology, but the idea of Elon Musk is what a lot of people fought against. And if he were to not have that blowback from people, and he could control every single being that's on Mars, I think that's what he's going for. I want to know what you think about this. Do you think Elon is going for complete control? He's a control freak. He's said it before in interviews that he doesn't like people that are empathetic or think for other people or feel for other people. He just wants you to be able to do the job, and that's it. If you are empathetic, he's not going to hire you, or he'll fire you. That's it. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. If you think Elon Musk is right here, or if you think this is some sci-fi fantasy that he's trying to build out because he read too many science fiction books as a kid, but he's an entrepreneur, so he has the money now to do it. All right, take care, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow.